Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Lost. This is the 20th episode of the first season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, this is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description, we are running our most liked to dislike characters of season 1. It takes 30 seconds to obviously take part, and your results of mine will be shown in the final episode of the season. I really can't wait to see who everybody chooses and if everybody's opinions are different to the characters that I'm going to select. It's going to be really exciting, so thanks so much in advance for taking part. Last episode was another Locke one. Interestingly, we've seen kind of his mum and dad con him out of a kidney. You know, it's really interesting. You know, most of his life he was brought up in foster homes. He didn't really have any parents until his mum turned up at his work. She was kind of like, I won't say stalking him, but she was hovering around him quite often. So like he went after her and asked her who she was, and she sat down and explained who she was. Then he done some deep diving and ended up finding his father, who was a rich guy, and he needed a kidney transplant, and basically kind of manipulated the situation to where Locke actually provided him with his half of, well, one of his kidneys, and then they've all just kind of like shut him out. His mum was in it because she was getting paid from his dad, and the dad was just using it so he could get a transfer from Locke, and he didn't really want anything to do with him. And it was kind of sad, to be honest. It actually was. But on the island, you know, he had a vision in his sleep about a plane that had crashed, and he also seen Boone like covered in blood pointing at something, and they ventured out obviously into the island, both of them. They ended up finding this plane, and inside of it there was loads of ornaments filled with heroin, but there was also a working radio. Now the interesting thing is, you know, Boone was inside of the plane, and they ended up, you know, falling off the cliff and crashing into the ground. Now he looks like he's in a bad way. He did manage to actually put a call out on the radio saying that we're the flight, we're the one that's crash landed, you know, you may think we're dead but we're still alive. Somebody did respond, but it wasn't really like an amazing conversation, but it was good that the information got out there. And then, like I said, Locke managed to pick him up and take him back to camp. Now, Jax asked him, you know, like, what's going on? What's happened? Because he ended up cutting his top open and his chest looked like it was in a bad way, proper ravaged. And Locke just said that he fell off a cliff while he was hunting, and, you know, never actually revealed that about the plane, about obviously the little pod or bunker thing that they found. And the episode ended with actually Locke on the bunker banging against the glass saying, you know, he's done everything that the islands have asked, you know what I mean? He's gone to these locations, what's happening, why they treated him this way. And then a light started to shine on the inside, and then the episode ended. So I'm so excited to see obviously what's going on, what's happening, who's in there. Have they selected him? Is he actually one of the others? No, you know what, like, I nailed my flag into the ground and said that he was another, but obviously when you watch these shows, you've had two back storylines, it would make sense that he's not. You know what I mean? It makes more sense that he's not. But if it's not, I kind of feel like Locke's kind of been the lead character maybe of this season. I feel like everything's kind of centered around him and the knowledge that he passed on, and, you know, the hunting and the exploring, do you know what I mean, and his story. And I just feel like the cameras linger on him a little bit as well, and he gives advice out to everybody. So I don't know, like, I do think he's good. I just thought like there'd be something more to it, but maybe not. Maybe it's just that you know, he's heavily involved. So can't wait to find out. You know, a couple of episodes left. Hopefully guys enjoyed them. If you do enjoy today's, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Boone, can you hear me? It's okay, we're catching.
What happened?
Fell down a cliff.
But he was with Locke. Keep him steady now. Son, pair of scissors in the second drawer of the cart. Hurley, grab me that first class seat from up there. Also, I need that mesh. We need to create some sort of sterile, ransack Sawyer stuff. I want his alcohol, rubbing, scotch.
Just let it pierce like a little hole.
Okay. Okay. Alcohol, Kate. You want him to live? Get to the beach now.
Yo, Jack's talented, man. Doctors are sick out there. It's crazy how good they are.
You nervous, Silverman?
What the hell do I have to be nervous about? After about 8 beers, I'll be fine.
She'll bust you, man.
I'll brush my teeth. She'll bust you. You can still back out, Jack.
Oh, Jack got married, or was getting married.
You are not gonna die. I'm gonna fix this, okay?
I hope so. I'd be fuming if it was him that died the first one.
Hey, Mamacita. Want some fish?
No, thanks. Not really hungry.
Yo, that raft looks well good. Look at the front of it.
Likes me.
I need all your alcohol. Now!
Oh, look, he's just giving it up now. Look at that.
While they're out hunting boar.
Boar they never seem to get.
Yeah, he done well there. Do you remember last time? He wouldn't give anything away. Now he is, look.
It's blood.
What?
Blood. Took off.
Where's Shannon?
I don't know.
Well, she's his sister, you don't
I don't know where she is.
Why would Jack care where she is? Let's be honest.
The future Mrs. Jack Shepherd.
A little over 2 years ago, I blew a tire out over the center divider into oncoming traffic. My back was broken.
Yes, Claire.
And then there was Jack next to me. I will dance at our wedding to Jack, my hero.
Can I just say before we dive into this, I paused at the perfect moment and look at him. He's taking it all in. You know, she grew up to be one of my favourite TV characters as well of all time. As a parent, she's part of one of the best dynamic couples I've seen on TV, mate. Phil and Claire, amazing. And also as well, I've said it once, but I'll say it again, you know, Boone, grown up to be Damon, to also be probably my top 5, or mate, even the top 3 favourite characters of literally any show that I've watched. So it's crazy to see just little bits of people like way back before they got big and then see where they ended up getting to. Do you know the heights that they have achieved? It's mad.
We're a little beyond herbal remedies here.
It is not a remedy.
We hold his shoulders.
He's just broke all of them in the back. Sounds like a female's injured. Oh, is she going into labour?
Oh, God. I'm having contractions, Claire. No, I'm bloody not. Can you just leave me alone? Come on, I gotta get you, Jack. Somebody help! Jim, I need you to go to the caves and get Jack, okay? We need Jack.
Take the bag, the alcohol.
Yes. Yes, the doctor. Please come here. Jack, hurry.
You're small of peace.
Veins are like a wet noodle. First, you have to find one. Then you have to have a hollow needle sharp enough to actually pierce it. I've got bamboo. Boone, would you say? You're A negative.
Yeah, I did.
Ask everyone you can find, everyone what their blood type is.
Those trees look really familiar.
Did you just say I think?
Surprise.
Oh, look at him. Made a little place, a little picnic date.
I asked the whole sodding camp. No one knows their blood type. I don't know my bloody blood type.
I was getting you this. A hollow needle.
Ah, you're smart, mate.
Well, you said we needed someone who was A negative.
Or O negative.
Right, was judging by your tantrum, no one is. You? Why'd you
O
make...
neg is universal donor. My blood could put him into anaphylactic shock.
Can't be in 2 places at once, can he, though? Do you know what I mean? If they run back to camp now and she's having a baby, what'd you do? Do you know what I mean? I would actually, do you know, if you had to pick, go deliver the baby or save Boone, I'll pick save Boone because, I mean, I don't have experiences with delivering babies, but I've heard stories before that people have delivered their own baby at their own house. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes people can't make it to the hospital and the husband has to do it, or they do it in the side of the street. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's achievable to have a baby without a doctor present. I mean, I'm not saying that it's recommended, but what I am saying is if you had to pick between a guy who's dying right here in a bed who's needing a blood transfusion and somebody who's having a baby, you would hope that a bunch of people could help around Claire, maybe move her or bring her here, or just like comfort her while she, you know, pushes it out, compared to obviously just leaving Boone to completely die. And Jin and Son, personally, I think they've been really good towards the camp after they've kind of split a little bit, which is interesting because he spent lots of time with Michael and Sawyer over there building the raft. I know he's just integrated a bit more, to be honest. He has, hasn't he? Before, when he was thinking about his wife, he's always like, you know, hovering around her, don't wear this, don't do that, come away, don't speak to anybody, do you know what I'm saying? But now he's like thinking about himself. He's more like, I don't know, just involved, yeah? And then she is as well. She's planting, you know, seeds, creating a garden, she's helping out, you know, she is actually quite good. So it's pretty good how it's going.
Those girls are checking you out.
You're in your PJs.
Indeed I am.
Are they cute? The girls are checking me out.
One of them's kind of cute. The other one's just trashy. You know, you really don't have to do this if you don't want to.
I want to. Figure out the right way to say it.
Just vows. You stay down here as long as you need to. And when you're ready, I'll be upstairs.
Jack! Jack! Doctor! Jack!
Jack.
대변 그 근처 정글에 있는 그 임신한 여자 같이 있는데 빨리
This
오래요.
is Claire's with Kate. She's in labor, just off the
Claire's having a
beach.
baby? Where?
Nauseous.
구토 증상은요?
When she stands, is there any
움직일 수
bleeding?
있나요?
Did her water break?
하혈은요?
그러니까 터진지
No,
모르겠는데
not of that.
움직이지 못할 거야.
But she can't move.
Tell Kate to wait until the contractions are 60 seconds apart. She's gonna need to make sure that Claire pushes. Now, when the baby is out, make sure she clears its nose and its mouth. She's gonna have to deliver this baby.
Yeah. Jack obviously done the right thing there. Somebody could deliver it. I know it's ruthless, that it's going to be hard, but Boone's life's important.
Your water just broke.
No,
I think you...
I can't have the baby now.
Just hold on.
I can't have the
Just
baby
hold
now.
on.
Screwed myself up pretty bad, huh? Locke said you fell from a cliff. No, it fell. Plane. It's because John said not to tell.
I need to tell you something. My brother, Boone, he's not really my brother. Our parents got married when we were like 8 and 10. He's kind of in love with me.
And how do you feel towards him?
I'll always feel something, but am I in love with him in that way? No. Need to take it a little slow.
I had no expectations.
You could be hopeful, but not expect something.
Oh, God, that hurts.
Okay, we'll just have to pick her up and bring her to him.
Okay.
No, we have to get her to him before it's too late.
Now, he told me through it. It's relatively
Charlie,
simple.
I can't.
I'm not ready for this. I'm so scared.
I'm scared too, but we're gonna get through this together.
It's going to happen where he's going to die and then it's going to turn out that Shannon was his blood type in it and she wasn't here and she's going to come back and she's going to be fuming. That looks like he's getting in a bad way as well.
That's not the problem, it's the leg. All the blood's pooling there.
You've given him enough.
Her English is actually really good.
Whoa, dude. You alright, man? You're looking kind of goth.
His dad turned up.
Hello. How's the water?
Sarah wants us to write our own vows.
My heart skips beats at the sound of your voice.
Those aren't my vows.
Oh.
Those are hers. Stole them out of the room. Can't write mine.
Yeah, well, you're a doctor. You're not a writer. You love her?
Absolutely.
Then why are you sitting out here?
What if I can't be the husband or the father that I want to be? What if I asked her because I saved her life?
Mate, he saved so many people's lives. Why is she any different?
Should I marry her, Dad?
Commitment is what makes you tick, Jack. You're just not good at letting go.
You see that there, right? Well, he's just not letting go. You know, they could be talking that about Boone, do you know what I mean? You try and give and give, and in the end, it's just a lost cause and you're wasting your resources. Said that about the Marshal, didn't I? The fact that, you know, he's trying to give him all this medicine and all that, but if he was definitely going to die and he was no way he was surviving, then, do you know what I mean? Like, you're literally wasting your resources regardless of how ruthless that sounds. But, you know, what does stress me out in life, in all situations, and in that one there, for example, is he's basing everything on a what if, and I literally hate it. Like, and I know people say hate's a strong word, but I do hate it, because a what if is not a guarantee. What if I walk outside now and a tree falls and kills me? That's a wounder, yeah? But what if it didn't? Then I'm walking to my next location where I was going to go. Do you know what I mean? What if I won the lottery? I'd have a way better life, but what if I didn't? I'd just carry on my normal day to day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all of these, what if I'm a terrible dad? Well, you might be, but what if you was a great one? Then you're going to not have a kid because you had a what if on the bad side and not the good one. I literally hate anybody that does a, what if this, what if that? No, sack that, mate. Let's go on the facts. Do I love her? Yes. You know, is she a great person? Yes. Do I want to spend my time with her? Yes. There you go then. What's your fucking problem? Do you know what I mean? Why are you basing everything on what ifs? I understand this one here about not letting go. That's different. As a doctor as well, I don't think you should let go until it's gone, me. You know what I mean? Like, his life is literally on its last legs. And I think you've got to keep going and keep going and keep going until there's no breath left. Just like you done with Charlie.
We gotta do this. What about the axe?
What are you doing?
Oh, they're going to cut his leg off.
His right leg is filling with blood.
You don't mean that.
The leg is dead.
Oh, man. That would be ruthless. The pain he would be in.
Don't do this, Claire, okay? You can't stop this. This is happening. Your baby is coming, and I need your help. Knows I don't want it, and I was gonna give it away.
Yo, she is right to think that. That was a good counter, that.
And your baby knows that, too. You're not alone in this. We are all here for you. Good push! Good.
I think he's just literally full on dead, me, mate.
Why are you doing this? Bleeding inside. You're not helping him.
Will it save him? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, cutting his leg off, yeah? Is he just going to die anyway? She's staring into his soul, mate. She's judging him big time. We're going to transition over to the past.
Health.
I didn't write any vows, so I started to wonder why that was. Time went on, it only got worse. Because I'm not good at letting go. I would have never been able to write anything as beautiful as what you just said. I didn't fix you.
You fixed me.
It was pretty good, Vals. I was thinking it should come straight from the heart, me, not some memorised stuff. Just off the cuff. Like that, that was good.
Wait. I have to. If I don't, I'm all messed up inside. You know it. I know you made a promise. Letting you off the hook.
Can't believe he's the first one to die, man. Honestly, it come out of nowhere. It literally come out of nowhere, didn't it, last episode? Wow, it was a loud transition, wasn't it? Over.
Okay. Good. I can see the top of a tent. No one's near. Come on. Push.
What shall the boy?
Tell Shane.
Oh, he's died. That's how I would see it. Do you know what I mean? Like, his death will obviously impact her, and hopefully she has more episodes and more involvement. They're returning back, and they're going to be all happy and everything, hugging and hand swinging and all this shit. Locke's going to be the #1 enemy now, isn't it? Let's be honest, because he lied.
Beautiful, healthy baby.
Want to talk about it? Boone died, Jack.
He didn't die. He was murdered.
He wasn't murdered. He wasn't.
Jack.
He wasn't murdered though. Like, that's just a pure fact. Like, well, that's what I say anyway. I either think that murder, in my personal opinion, is a planned attack on somebody to end somebody's life. That's what murder is, in my opinion. And then I also feel like manslaughter is it's accidentally killing somebody. Do you know what I mean? So it's not planned. So for example, I could be driving down the road and it's icy and I skid and I hit somebody who's walking on the side and I killed them. I think that's classed as manslaughter. It's unplanned, it's accidental. I've killed somebody, but I've not planned it and I didn't mean to. Where, you know, if I've sat down and I've got a list, right, I'm going to go to this person's house and sneak in the back door. Do you know what I mean? Like, the Idaho murderers, for example, that's still going on. What's his name? That they're saying's done it. Brian Kohlberger, is that his name? He planned it all out. They're saying that he was at university. He's gone around, he's interviewed people. How would you feel, you know, like, as part of his, like, dissertation and stuff, he's asked, like, criminals, like, when you committed a crime, how did you feel? Did you have empathy? Do you know what I mean? What was the first thing that you done? How did you react? You know, did you wear anything different? Did you try to burn any of your clothing? Do you know what I mean? Like, the guy's going through all these things, clear planned. If it was him, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody's gone in there, targeted them, killed them purposely going into that house. Somebody who's driving, who skids and hits a curb and hits somebody because it was icy. Unplanned, it's different. I don't think you could say anything about Locke having any intention of hurting Boone there. And I wouldn't even put it in the bracket of manslaughter. You know, Locke didn't do actually anything. They was working together to find out what was inside of this, you know, trapdoor. He ended up having a vision and he was saying, come on, we'll go and look into it. You know, let's go, let's go, let's go. Locke ended up falling on the floor, obviously, because his legs are not working properly, because obviously we know the whole backstory and how obviously he was paralysed before he got to the island. And, you know, Boone went to investigate. Sadly, obviously, he's in there looking around trying to acquire information and the plane falls. Like, I wouldn't class anything that's happened to him as Locke's fault. Yeah, there was involvement. It was a team effort. Do you know what I'm saying? It could have been anyone that went up there. It could have been Locke himself. If Locke was capable, I reckon he would have got up there. But it's going to be interesting how they react, because the fact is, yeah, Locke dropped him off at camp, told him that he fell off a cliff, do you know what I mean, while he was hunting for boars, and then he's disappeared. We seen him last episode, look down in the glass, obviously it lit up, and we've not seen anything this episode, but we've not seen him come back, see if Boone's okay or anything. We're just seeing a whole, obviously, sad episode of him, Jack, anyway, trying to save his life, and sadly, that's not actually happening. So I'm actually pretty wounded that he's the first one to go, only because of my nostalgia in terms of a character that I love in a different show was played by Insomma Handler. Do you know what I mean? Like, seeing him first go on here, it's like, oh, mate, you know, rip to you. But I thought it was a good episode. I thought this one shone Jack in a good light and showing how much of, like, an asset he actually is towards the camp. That's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As mentioned in the intro, you can now vote for your most likely to dislike characters of the season. Link is in the description. Takes 30 seconds and your results and mine will be shown in the final episode of this season. Maybe obviously actions in today's episode has obviously swung your vote on who you actually like and dislike. Maybe you was thinking that, you know, Locke was contender, and then obviously after all this and the death of Boone, he might have obviously swung it that way. Maybe you're thinking, Jack, you know what, he's a great guy. I like other people as well, but obviously you see today's episode, how much he's put his obviously knowledge and say his own body on the line to try and save Boone. You know, maybe he swung you most likes, who knows? So that's why the vote's there. Can't wait to see you guys choose. But obviously today's episode, Boone's died. It's really sad. Jack was obviously, like I said there, willing to put his body on the line. Blood transfusion. Looked like he was getting in a bad way as well. Looked like he was losing a lot of a lot of blood himself, didn't it? His face was turning pale. Even Hurley said that he was looking like a goth, and you know what I mean? And he was considering cutting his leg off to try and potentially save him. But if you think about it, cutting his leg off here, you got no equipment to stitch him up. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that he can pretty much survive, to be honest, with the wound. You know what I mean? You'd have to proper heal it up and bandage it well and make sure it don't get infected. But also you got to be confident that by taking that leg off, that he actually is going to survive, and you're not just going to prolong or like just make his death worse. You know, that's what he was trying to say with the Marshal when he was dying. Like, if he's definitely dead and got 2 days left, yeah, what's the point in feeding him medicine? That could be used for somebody else, and you might as well put him out of his misery. And you know, I like the episode with the backstory of Jack, and obviously seeing he actually got married to I don't know what was she called, Sarah, and it looked like he was going to back out at the last minute, to be honest, when he said that he didn't write his vows, and after the conversation with his dad, if he asked did he love her, do you know what I mean? But he kind of not twisted it, but he used what she said the night before, saying that Jack saved her life, you know, in the accident, and she always loved him and stuff like that. And then obviously he's saying that, you know, you didn't save my life, you know what I mean? I didn't save your life, you saved mine. That's what he said. But sometimes you have to think about that as well, you know? Like, I've said it in a few times before, in, say, like, programs where somebody's, I don't know, say they've been locked up in a house somewhere for so long, somebody's, like, abusing them, and they escape and they find somebody, do you know what I mean? And, like, they take them in and they give them the roof over the head, and they help them, and they start gaining, like, a connection towards them and bonding, and they start, like, thinking that they love them. They might do, but what I'm saying is, like, they build all this thing, and then you never know, like, is it real, or is it because they're so grateful, like, that you saved their life, that's the reason why they think they love you? Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I think Jack was trying to get out there. He was trying to say, like, do we really love each other, or is it because I saved your life that you think that you love me and we should be together? But it looked like he went through with the marriage anyway, and I seen him say his vows, she said hers, and they kissed. Didn't see him put the ring on it, but if they did get married, I'd like to see more of that. Where is she? You know, what's happened? Is she still, you know, with him in the present? And obviously he's just crash landed on the journey to go and get his father. Who knows, mate? Again, that's really interesting. Claire's had a baby as well, finally. You know, it's here, it's on the island. What episode's this? 20. So that means we've got 5 more, which is going to be interesting, because maybe she wants to get on this raft now and she wants to get off the island. But I don't think that it would be the best way, to be honest, for her to get on with the baby. I feel like it would be a danger to him, because it's a boy. And I'm still not too sure who the next person is who will take that spot. I actually, like I said, think that Jin and Sun have been very good since they kind of like had their little argument and went separate ways a little bit. Still feel like they're going to get together. They love each other. You could see when he run in and he's staring at his wife and she was looking at him and he was like translating and stuff. I can see the connection, but I do like their character growth, to be honest. I feel like this show so far has had some good characters growing, to be honest. Like Charlie, when he first started, I wouldn't say I disliked him, but I was just like, but I think like he's got really good. I also feel like they've done well with Sawyer in terms of him integrating. You know, we've seen when he was asking for the inhaler, for example, for Shannon, he didn't have them, but instead of just saying I don't have them, yeah, he just went through this whole thing and it was like massive, and she nearly died from it as well because they was focusing on her, on him, sorry. This time Kate's come over, I need the alcohol, boom, take it all, go on, do you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like his character's progressed really good as well. We haven't seen Lot today. Don't know if he opened the door and got in it last episode, but you know, he's intriguing me. 5 episodes left. There's still loads that can happen. Still want to see the others, and Danielle as well. Want her to integrate more. I feel like the 2 scenes or whatever episodes that she's been in been very good as well. So yeah, I want them to venture up to the Black Rock. I want them to send the signal out. I want them to obviously get on the raft as well. and I want the others to be engaging. So there's still loads of stuff that can happen, mate. This show's pretty much got endless possibilities, because drop stuff in like polar bears and that, it's like, what's going on there? Where's that polar bear come from? What's this mysterious monster going around the island? We've not seen that in quite a few episodes, which is fine because it gives us something to go back into. Do you know what I mean? So endless possibilities. Really excited to see it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.